So there are some new cards in Rage of the Abyss that will take it to the max. New Zoa support from Bandit Keith's old school deck. New MetalMorph support. I am incredibly excited. Today, I'm not only going to be breaking down what those cards do, I'm also going to be breaking down the implications that these may have into the future. Let's go ahead and jump on in. Here we are, guys. Go full bore with MetalMorph from Rage of the Abyss. Really weird that said Steel Rhoda, but we're going to jump on in and we're going to start talking about these new cards. Bandit Keith's new MetalMorph cards, and it starts off with a Red Eyes, which Bandit Keith never used. So I guess this may be a MetalMorph deck. Maybe not so much Bandit Keith, maybe just a MetalMorph. But holy crap, look at that Red Eyes, chat. That is a crazy cool Yu-Gi-Oh card. I'm not gonna lie, that's hot. Hopefully it actually has a good effect, because you remember the old one. This is a Dark Machine monster, level 8, okay, 3424, or 3400 attack, 2400 defense. Cannot be normal summon or set, must be special summon with enhanced metamorph. Activated by tributing a level 5 or higher dragon monster. Okay, so it can only be special summoned from your hand? Ooh. Okay, so you have to have this card in your hand, a level 5 or higher dragon monster, and enhanced metamorph. But maybe those cards will be fixed, and maybe the effect will be worth it. You can reveal this card in your hand, set one metamorph trap directly from your deck, and if you do, shuffle this card into the deck. That's actually really good, chat. That's kind of crazy. Maybe the metamorph chat, maybe the metamorph card summons this card from the deck, and this card can reset itself, which is really cool. Its 2 effect says, when your opponent activates a card or effect, you can negate the activation, then inflict damage to them equal to half of one of their attack position monsters' original attack. I think that this card is crazy, guys. Remember, in the TCG, we have cards like Baron DeFleur and Borreload Savage Dragon completely banned. So anytime we get a negation card, I think it should be restricted to a particular way, like how Red Eyes Black Full Metal Dragon is restricted to, you have to play this card, you have to play a enhanced metamorph, I assume, to get this card out, and you also have to be able to play a level 5 or higher dragon monster. So this is fine. I think this is a little bit better than these other things that we had with Baron DeFleur. Let's go. I really like this card. Next is Metal Devil Zoa. Oh, this is Bandit Keith's card. You're going to say a 7.5 out of 10? That's a fair assessment. I like this card. This card looks cool. I've always liked Zoa, and I've always liked Metal Zoa. Metal Devil Zoa Retrain, I'm excited for. They all seem to be level 7 Dark Machines so far, so this is good. Cannot be normal summon or set, must be special summon with enhanced metamorph, and by tributing a level 5 or higher Fiend monster. Okay, you can reveal this card in your hand, set one metamorph trap card directly from your deck. So it looks like all of the advanced metal cards have the ability to set a metamorph trap directly from your deck and put this card back into your deck, which I am hoping to God that enhanced metamorph summons from the deck, because having to put this card back into your deck and then try to search it again is kind of defeats the purpose. Up to twice per turn, when your opponent activates a spell, card, or effect, or a monster effect, you can target one face-up card they control, destroy it. Hey, yo! This is another banger, chat. I gotta give this one a 7 out of 10 if we're giving out ratings. I think this card is completely cool. The only thing that I don't like is that it relies on your opponent activating a spell or spell card, or a spell effect, or a monster effect. If it said if you activated a spell or monster effect and you got to destroy cards, I think this card would have been a little bit stronger than the other one, because the other one would just be reactive and this one would have been a little bit more proactive. But regardless, 3,000 attack, 2,300 defense. This card's crazy. I love it. These seem like solid 1 or 2 ofs inside of the deck, because you already have a way to be able to get into your metamorphs with these 3 cards. If you play 2 of each, you have 4 ways, plus your regular metamorph, which is 7 of them. Or I'm sorry, your enhanced metamorph, which is 7 ways to get to that card. That's typically enough between the other searchers that you have. And this is a card, these cards, maybe you don't want inside of your hand, right? So what's the next card? Oh, Fiend Beast Zoa. Okay. So it looks like it's a Zoa retrain, which seems to be necessary since I don't think anybody wants to play the regular Zoa in their deck, right? This card says you can only use the second and third effect once per turn, of course. If your opponent controls a monster, you can normal summon this card without tributing. That's not bad. Artwork is also really cool too, in my opinion. Uh, you know, if your opponent controls a monster, you can normal summon this card without tributing. I don't mean to be that guy, because I'm going to take a free summon where a free summon exists. But it seems like in Yu-Gi-Oh!, anything that has a text like this is far behind the game. There are so many cards in the game that can just special summon themselves without any requirement. And unless this card has a ridiculously busted effect, I don't see a reason why that was the restriction for a normal summon. But let's go ahead. If this card is in your hand, you can special summon it in defense position. There we go. There we go. I need to shut up sometimes. This card is in your hand. You can special summon in the defense position. Then if you do not have enhanced MetalMorph in your graveyard, your opponent can special summon one monster from their hand. Never mind. They fixed it. Maybe I should read the entire effect before I keep going. During your main phase, you can set one MetalMorph trap directly from your deck. So why would no. No, you definitely don't want your opponent's special summoning on your turn, because there's a lot of cards like Snake Eyes Ash or maybe even Salaman Great Gazelle where they can just like special summon on your turn 0 and gain advantage. So you never want that to happen. So yeah, that second effect is incredibly mediocre, but to be honest with you, if it didn't have it, I think everybody would play this card. It would be a 2600 attack monster that you can summon. Ultron's giving it a 6.5 out of 10. I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. I think that this card really let us down unless there's some cards that counteract our opponent's special summoning, and there is a way to there's an easily way to get enhanced MetalMorph to the graveyard. Ollie, unless you want to turn off Imperm, that could be it, but it doesn't seem like this deck has a lot of impermeable cards, right? They could also, just when you summon this card, they could, well, hold on. If this card is in your hand, you activate it, then you're, no. Nope, so they can't imperm, then summon. So now we're going to go Metal Illusionist Copycat. Okay, this is a light spellcaster. So no dragon monster just yet. You can only use the first and third effect once per turn. Let's look at the art. Love the art. It's Copycat, is it not, chat? So it's Joey's cards and Bandit Keith's cards? Because this looks exactly like Copycat. Hopefully it has some, it's called Metal Copycat. Hopefully it has some of the same effects as in the anime. This card is normal summon or special summon. You can set one MetalMorph trap directly from your deck. Then if you have an enhanced MetalMorph in your graveyard, you can draw a card. Okay. This card's level is increased by 4 during your opponent's turn only. Why? You can declare one monster type. This card becomes that type until the end of your opponent's turn. Oh, okay. That's not bad. So this card is the main card. You can summon it, turn it into a dragon, right? And then get your MetalMorph to the field. And if you already have one in the graveyard, this card draws you another card. It's good. This card is really good. I got to give this one an 8 out of 10 because it literally fixes so many problems for the deck, because we don't have a dragon monster just yet. They both require level 5 or higher, which is exactly what this card becomes. And it definitely means that we don't have to max out on this card just so we can get to this card. You know what I mean? So it's not bad. It's not bad. It's not bad. But I think the spell cards are what's going to hopefully take us away, right? So this is Approaching Machine. All right. Hopefully we get that Time Machine card too. A retrain of that. Oh, that's Axe Raider approaching Metal Zoa. I love the lore on this guy. Like, bro, the artwork, I don't care what you say. The artwork is 10-10. Easily, chat. We can go toe-to-toe for this one. The artwork is 10-10. The effects? All right. This card says, add one monster that mentions Enhanced MetalMorph or one MetalMorph trap from your deck or graveyard to your hand. If you control the MetalMorph trap card, you can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one opponent's defense position monster. Change it to attack. All right. Well, at least it has a good search effect. Like, right? Whoo, my God. It started off good. Add one monster that mentions enhanced MetalMorph. So this is going to be able to search this card. Because I doubt that you want to search these cards because it can just search the MetalMorph, right? Yeah, it can just search the MetalMorph itself. I think the first effect is necessary. You can only use the second effect of this card's name once per turn. It's not once per turn. Holy crap. Why did they restrict the second effect? What? Okay, this is Konami. This is Konami, chat. I think that this one's a good 6 out of 10. Second effect's trash, but there's probably a reason why they once per turn did, right? Holy, this seems really good. Note, this may be localized as Rise of the Machines in reference of the manga's chapter's localized name by Viz. Okay, so here is our enhanced MetalMorph. Holy chat, this is the card that's going to make or break us. You can only activate one card with this card's name once per turn. Let's look at the art really quick. Art's pretty good. Art hits the spot. 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10. Art hits the spot. Activate by tributing one face-up monster, special summon monster that cannot be normal summoned or set, that mentions enhanced MetalMorph from your hand, deck, or graveyard. Then you can equip this card to it as an equip card. The equip monster gains 400 attack and defense. Your opponent cannot target it with spell effects. Also, it cannot be destroyed by monster and spell effects. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. So, if I'm reading this correct, I'm trying to read this correct. Cannot be normal summoners that must be special summoned with enhanced metaphor. Activated by tributing. Oh, okay. All right, cool. So you got to tribute. You still have to tribute the appropriate cards with enhanced metamorph. I thought it would bypass that. So it seems. The setup is simple, right, chat? The setup is incredibly simple. You normal summon this. You can search your metal copycat with your approaching machine. Set your enhanced metalmorph. Copycat turns into a level 5 fiend or a level 5 dragon. Then you use the trap card. You tribute off metal copycat. You summon out one of the Zoas. Or Red Eyes Black Full Metal Dragon, which I think you'll probably summon first. And then Metal Zoa X. So I think it's pretty straightforward. You play 2 to 3 copies. You play 1 copy. And you play 3 copies. You probably don't play a single copy because this card doesn't seem necessary. 1-for-1s. Any way to get to this card as fast as possible. Maybe even, unfortunately, a Snake Eyes engine because you can play Where Art Thou to search this card alongside of your Snake Eyes engine without investing your normal summon. That's just my competitive brain going, guys. That's just it. So far, I'm not really impressed, though. I think that this card's really good. I think being able to summon a 3,400 attack can negate cards, can't be destroyed by monster and spell effects is pretty good, you know, and your opponent can't target it with spell effects. Pretty good, though. Still loses the talents, unfortunately. Here we go. Next is Time Machine. Oh, yes, we got the Time Machine, chat. We got the Time Machine. Yes, the art is so crazy on here. Let's see what I think here. This card is always treated as a MetalMorph card. All right, so this card can be set through the other cards. If a monster you control is destroyed by battle or an opponent's card effect, target one of them. Special summon it. Oh my god. Then if it was a level 5 or higher machine monster and you have another MetalMorph trap card in either your field or graveyard, you can destroy as many monsters your opponent controls as possible. Then you can inflict damage equal to the summon monster's original attack. Ooh, D-Link is not dead, okay? We're taking it to the moon, all right? This card, I gotta say, out of all of them, I think this one has the least use. Because if your opponent knows, like the only way to get this card in your hand consistently is to telegraph it, right? You need to use your approaching machine, which will probably be called Rise of the Machines. You need to use your Metal Illusionist or one of your Zoa effects, right? So if your opponent knows that this card is face down, there's no way they're going to allow you. They're just going to SP Little Knight it. They're gonna Nightmare Unicorn it. Like there's almost no way there's no way that your opponent like just falls into this. I don't think this card is good, but the unfortunate thing is that it's the only other MetalMorph card other than the original MetalMorph. And I don't know, the original MetalMorph can't even summon these guys because they have to be summoned with a enhanced MetalMorph. So, yeah, nah, I think this one, 3 out of 10. 3 out of 10 for me right now. This one ain't hitting it. What do you guys think? I think that the support here, I love it. I don't think that this will be, in a competitive sense, I don't think that this will be the top tier deck, or maybe even not even the top rogue decks. But this is, I like it as support. I like it as good support. Not everything has to be competitive, guys. Not everything has to be the best of the best. And not everything has to be a complete equalizer to what's being played right now. Sometimes when you make Yu-Gi-Oh strategies, you just want to make strategies that are fun, are easy to play, easy to understand. And I think they got the point across with this. I think that this will be a fun locals Yu-Gi-Oh deck that will be crushing people. But let me know what you guys think. If you think it's going to be that, if I'm wrong, if I'm right, and everything else in between. Until then, you can check out these videos so I can catch you on the next one.